He said action, guys. So welcome back. And action it is. That means we on and popping. So I am Donald Williams, the host for 25%. Yeah, 25% podcast. Started it, as some of you may know, and some of my new subscribers. I'd rather have 25% of something than 100% of nothing in business. And I hope that motivates you all to let you know that when you work in deals and you want to be greedy, don't be greedy. Take a piece of the pie and it's okay. If you get a few 4 slices, 25%, and one more 25%, guess what, guys? You got a whole pie. So that's what I'm trying to teach you all, that it's okay. You won't be a millionaire, you won't be a billionaire overnight off the first deal. It can lead you to that. It can stack up. If you stack papers, one sheet of paper is thin, but if you stack a stack of papers, you're going to get a pile and you're going to be able to stand on top of that. But I want you to click like, click share, comment, follow, come be with me. So, and come along this journey. As you all know, I'm going to have those that's been following. I have bloopers, and I try not to cover them up, which I don't. And if my guy cover them up, I'd be upset. But I want to let you guys know it's real. Business is real. And following your dream and taking entrepreneurship isn't perfect. And people make it and paint that picture that it's perfect. And I want you guys to know that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have watermarks. The frame is going to crack. But at the end of the day, there is glue that you can glue that piece back. So we have a special guest today. I don't know his name. I don't ask names because I want them to tell you who they are and about themselves. And I want it all to be a surprise. I don't want it to be scripted. It's not a movie. It's not a reality show. This is a real show. And you're talking to real bosses. And you may not be on a scale that some would say as big or like that little thing they like to say, your little business, but they own the business. Okay? They got started. They done the most hard part, and that's start their own business. But I'm not going to hold you guys any further and take the show because I can go on and on and on and on. Yes. Click like, click share, follow, and leave a comment. But I'm going to get over to this gentleman right here who has been amazing in office.
Thank you.
You're welcome, but you're not going to say nothing else?
Oh, I got a lot to say.
What? Can we have it?
All right, let's go. So let's start, first of all, with my name.
I hope so.
Kermit Walker, Kermit, like Kermit the Frog, so it's easy to remember.
Okay.
Very unique. You don't see too many of those, but Kermit Walker, I am a State Farm agent, so I'm on State Farm Agency. And kind of along with that journey, there's a lot that goes with that as far as how I got to that part, so we can go there. Or we can talk about, a lot of different things. If you want to start there, we can go there.
But what do you feel like telling us? Because, see, what you feel like getting off your chest? Because it seems like you're ready to let the world have it. And we're going to be open arms and we're going to take it.
I'm ready for a lot of things. I'm going to say the thing that's biggest on my mind, which we're going to talk about entrepreneurship. But the biggest thing on my mind is very important that I just want to make sure everyone knows is the importance of life insurance. So that's always going to be one of those things that is important to me as a difference maker. And I just say we got to really look into that. We got to make sure we take care of ourselves and our families.
But the thing about it is with life insurance, and as an owner, everybody can afford life insurance. And they're judged upon that if they don't have it.
I hear that a lot. Now, I will say a lot of companies offer life insurance. So it's pennies on the dollars, especially if you get it at work. If you're working for an employer, you can get pennies on the dollar. So take advantage of that. Something is better than nothing. Mm-hmm. And you'd be surprised. I think there was a study. It's like a lot of people overestimate how much it costs. You can get a lot of times life insurance under $30.
A month or a year?
Under a month. So you'd be surprised. And like I said, what do we do a lot of times with that money? A lot of things we invest in, we spend on. Could be Starbucks, could be eating out. Sometimes, if it just take a little bit of time and say what's really important, make a little sacrifice, be surprised you can afford it.
Okay. So I'm glad that you gave that breakdown, but we do like our Starbucks.
We do like our Starbucks.
And it's for the moments. Because once you're gone, the family has to worry about that. You're gone. You're absent from the body and person with the law.
Amen.
But I think I have life insurance,
Amen.
which is good. I have life insurance, auto insurance, all that type of crazy stuff that needs to be because it's called a peace of mind.
Yeah.
And people need to understand that it gives you a peace of mind at the moment in time.
That's true.
But how did you get to be a State Farm agent?
Well, I became a State Farm agent. I was working in corporate America. I was working in the insurance field. I did risk management insurance as my background, but starting back before that, did other entrepreneurial things. So I started out cutting hair. I did that for a while. Then I kind of transitioned into personal training. So just always looking for ways to be entrepreneurial. And then when I got to insurance, like I said, I majored in it. And I kind of just had a passion for it. I said, hey, this is a way that I can help a lot of people, make a difference. There's a lot of stuff we don't know. And I felt like, hey, this is a good opportunity to make a difference in the community. So I was like, let me go ahead and try this route. I have a background in it. It just made sense.
So you have your own brick and mortar location?
I have my own brick and mortar.
Oh, all right. You fancy.
Well, we are family. Let's say not fancy family.
Okay, fine. So how many employees do you have?
I have 3 employees.
Call it on, brother.
Yeah, and that's the challenge because a lot of times small business is just yourself. And so,
always yourself.
Yeah, and so if you can bring along people, if you have employees, you can scale. That makes things even better.
But the thing about this is, though, when you were going through your process, did you first start off with an employee or you started off just you and yourself?
When I first started off, I did start off with employees. So I was looking when I opened up, I said, hey, who can help me out? But I know at the end of the day, it's going to be on me. Everything's on me. But I did start out with some employees.
Well, you got to realize it's their job, but it's your career. So it is the thing that you have to make sure you understand, and business owners have to do that, especially when they hire employees that want to do the things that they feel they want to do what they want to do when they're at work. And, I, started out with 1 employee. I think that was 1. Mm-hmm. Let me think back. I don't want to lie. I started out by myself.
Like most small businesses, you start out with yourself.
I started out with myself. And as I'm thinking about it, I don't know what made me get an employee. When my workload got heavy.
Yeah, there are things I always say that you specialize, that you're good at, and there's things that you aren't. If you can find somebody to help you with that, that's great. But then also, I always say if you want to scale. So whatever it is, whatever the business is, whether it's like personal training, whatever, if you want to scale, you want to get bigger, how do you get bigger? Because you can only multiply yourself so much.
That's when you're selling a service as consulting, but you're selling a product, which is something that isn't tangible, but it is something that can provide. And you have a team, and your business can be ran on autopilot. So do you work long hours?
I do work long hours. I don't know an entrepreneur.
I don't like that. I don't like that facial expression he made, y'all, because I don't think you work long hours. Do you work long hours?
I work long hours. Now, what I always try to tell myself is each year I try to scale down the number of hours I work.
So where you at now?
I'm going to say 10 to 12,
A week?
No, a day.
You work 10 to 12 hours a day?
Yes.
I'm talking crap like I don't do it, but I do.
Yeah, how many hours do you work? Yeah, exactly.
I work a lot a day. Because I have a lot of my hands in a lot of pots. But you have to tend to your pots. You have to add your seasoning over here. You have to lower your fire on this side. You may put it on simmer and let it warm. You may have to open up the oven and throw some baked chicken. Some chicken that you're going to bake in the oven. So those are things that you're going to have to do. Like I was talking to my videographer yesterday. He told me he had a full-time job and just insulted me. Like, oh, what you think? You pay me you pay me these mega millions? No. So he let me have it and told me he has a job. So people do things nowadays to do the survival and to, get it. But 12 hours a day, every day, I don't know.
I would say 10 to 12. Like I said, starting out is easily, the first year, definitely 12 plus.
I'm going to tell you this. What I did today, this morning, I took the morning off.
Okay. That's good. How'd that feel?
Good.
And see, that's the thing. Sometimes you feel guilty about that, but you need to rejuvenate. And that's a challenge.
I just went out and done something else, and I was feeling good. And then, all my employees was calling me, and they was blowing up my phones and stuff like that. And I was just like, this is my me time.
But that's one of the benefits of entrepreneurship, right?
I woke up and just did it.
Yeah, you can do it, and you didn't get fired.
Who gonna fire me?
That's exactly.
Who gonna pop me, boo?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Who gonna pop me? That is the benefit of entrepreneurship.
Nah, but you still can't get fired because if you have a lot of clients that you disappoint, they will close they can't get the business closed down. So that's the thing. That's that can happen. But I want to ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
What are quotes you go by?
What are quotes that I go by? There's so many.
Just give me 1 or 2. Okay,
I'll give you one that sticks out in my mind, and that is when it comes to opportunity, you cannot, it doesn't just come to you. You have to make it. So I forget the exact words, but basically it goes something like, when it comes to opportunity, it doesn't always come to you. You have to make it happen in so many words. Because I think a lot of times people just say, oh, it's going to happen magically. And there's no magically delicious. There's nothing that just comes. You have to go and make opportunities happen. Now,
so you can create opportunities.
Yeah, you got to create opportunities. They don't just come. And then the thing about that is when you have an opportunity, you have to seize it. You have to take advantage of it. And a lot of people, sometimes you are put in situations where you have opportunities and you kind of squander them, or you don't seize it. You don't take advantage of it. So I would say that is definitely a big quote of mine. The other one's kind of going to be definitely more scriptural, where it's going to be something like, you just got to fight the fight. Fight the fight to the end, keep fighting the fight. I finished the race, I finished the course. So no matter what, kind of like Diddy, can't stop, won't stop. You got to keep going.
Good on. Now, I say 1 or 2. You done gave me 3.
Well, I get excited sometimes.
I see that. I can tell. So, question. We're going to play a little game here.
Okay.
Before we do, click like, click share, follow, tell a friend. Also, follow this guy. How they can follow you on Instagram?
They can follow me on Instagram, Facebook,
How?
Twitter, Kermit_Walker 20 on Instagram.
Okay.
But you look at the names, not too many Kermit Walkers. So.
Not too many Kermit, but they are a few.
Well, I'm the only one that you know.
That is true.
Okay, there you go.
But there are a few out there. Ooh. Okay.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
I have no comeback for that.
You'll be all right. Come on, let's go.
I have no comeback for that. I'm just going to look in the camera and say it. I have no comeback for that. But you got to tell me 2 things. We're going to play a game. It's going to be out of 2. And I'm going to guess if it's a truth or a lie.
Okay.
You don't have to have a limit. You can tell me as many lies as you want, or you can tell me as many truths you want, but we're going to do as one thing. Okay. So it's something in business, because we all keep in business, nothing personal. Okay. In business, tell me the truth about something or a lie about something, and I have to guess that happened or doing or whatever about you in business. Tell it to me, and I'm going to pick.
All right. Let's see. How many do you want total?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. I had a customer that decided to leave because I wasn't necessarily their cup of tea, even though they never met me.
I'm going to have to say that's a lie, because you have a wonderful personality.
Thank you.
But you didn't answer my question.
But it's true.
Okay.
So,
it's what?
It's true. So here's the thing that you have to realize. In business, you're not going to always be everybody's cup of tea.
At all. And I can tell you that, and I don't have a problem. I tell everybody don't shop at Walmart and everybody don't shop at Whole Foods, but I do shop at Publix. Boop. All right, give me another one.
All right. Everything that I sell is the cheapest.
That better be the truth, because I'm not going to say it's a lie on here.
That is definitely not true.
But you give good quality.
Exactly. That's what it comes down to. And I think I've heard you reference this before, and you can't always apologize if you are higher. I mean, sometimes you provide a service, you provide a certain skill set, and especially with accounting, whatever it is, there's things that you can try to get online or you can try to get somewhere else. That doesn't mean it's good. So there's a difference between, quality, and you got to think about that. What's cheap and price and all that, mix all that in.
But I tell people all the time, I'm not the taxpayer that sits down the streets with long nails and in the corner with a book and a calculator. I actually did finish school.
Exactly.
So we're going to go. You got one more. Because I'm wrong. I'm 2 for 0.
I know. I'm going to try to see if I can find one that you can score on.
I want you to be, we're going to be honest. What it is. Because I know I'm going to miss like this.
Okay. It normally takes 3 to 5 years to earn a profit when you start a small business. And I can definitely say that is the case.
You can say it is.
Yeah.
To me, not always.
Why you say that?
Because when you start a business, people have to, it all depends on the type of business you start. Because I'm an accountant, so that plays a lot of factor. You can start a business where if you open up a large facility, of course the depreciation would offset and take away the profit. But you can't start a business like a candle business and push it and it can boom. If you sell a product and the product is pushing, you can turn a profit.
Okay.
In the first year.
That's a good answer. Now,
I know it is because it's true.
It is true, but it's not always the case. And that's not the question you asked me, though. You're right. Most people don't
But
turn a
that's not
profit
the
the first
question.
year.
But that's not what you asked me. You
You're
didn't
right.
ask me what most people do.
Well, like
You
I said, I
asked me-
wanted to give you one you could win at. You know, I was feeling bad.
Oh, well, I mean, I have nothing to say against that either because he is correct. He won 2 and I won 0. I mean 1. Boo! So if someone wants to get into your business, what advice would you give them?
If somebody wants to get into the business, it's pretty similar on most businesses in that first, you got to do your research. So find somebody who's doing it. And then see if you can spend time with them, shadow with them. Not necessarily, but kind of like apprenticeship. That's kind of like what I did when I first started cutting hair, first started doing personal training. Who is somebody who's doing it? What are some of the things I can expect, anticipate? What do I need to know? So that would be the first thing. And then you're going to need licensing for insurance. That's going to be probably the next thing. But the biggest thing is first do your research, find somebody who could be a good mentor. And I think that's one of the things that I would encourage you to continue to do. Always continue to learn. There's going to be big things in any business, but especially in this field, because there's things you don't know. And there's a lot of things that you could probably not run into or face if you seek that out.
Mm-hmm. So are you at your business now? How long you been in business doing it?
I've been doing the agency for 3 years.
Wow. So you were cutting hair last.
Right before that, I was doing personal training as a side hustle, but then also I was working a full-time corporate job too. So I've always kind of done like a little side thing.
So what made you do personal training? Because you thought you was in shape and stuff like that?
No, I think it's important. Just like life insurance, I think your health is even more important, right? So
he's saying if you don't get your health together, he gonna be able to slide that policy for you. But go ahead.
you got to have it in check. And the thing about, I always try to think, what is something that I can do that helps others? You know, because I want to have that intrinsic reward. What is something that'll benefit others and something that, you know, especially certain, you know, people may need assistance with. And I felt like this is a way I can make a difference. And it's like cutting hair, personal training. You help somebody, you help them reach a goal, and you can see, you know, just the difference it makes. And, you know, hey, it impacts them. It could impact the whole family, and that could impact the whole generation. Same thing with this.
So do you like having your State Farm business?
I love having my State Farm business, you know.
Something about that smile that he said, I don't know. So you really like
Well, I really like it, and I would say just like with anything, there are challenges. Like I said, employees, that's one of the things. You're always looking for good employees, which I'm hiring. So, hey.
Can I be an administrator?
Yeah, you can be an administrator.
Nah, I need an administrator. So question that I have for you. So when you started your business, how was it? Like, was it stressful? Was it easy? Was it a piece of cake? Because
Yeah.
you got a franchise. So
Yeah.
how was it?
Definitely stressful, you know, for a lot of different reasons. Because like you said, when you're the boss, when you're the owner, everything falls on you, right? So what happens if the commode goes out today? Who are you going to call? What happens when it comes to the accounting? Hopefully you'll hire somebody, but who are you going to call? You're looking
I ain't
at
Tyrone, but call me.
Yeah, you're looking at how everything lines up. What's the bills that are coming in? What's the revenue coming in? The production. You're thinking about finding, like I said, those team members. There's so many things on your mind, and you always look at. And I've seen a picture of this entrepreneur. There's so many things. So even when you go to sleep, if you don't go to sleep, you're thinking about, okay, what else?
Your mind racing.
Yeah, your mind is racing. So there's always things.
Yo, I really do, and he's not lying. Yeah. This guy's telling you everything, the truth. I did never tell you guys this, but when I be at home, my mind be racing so much, and I'm always like, I can do this better, I can do that better. So I want to thank you for sharing that, because I never shared that with everyone. And you're giving them a blooper, but guess what? We still gonna record and keep going. But you're giving them a lot of knowledge and a lot of insight, because a lot of people come in here and just be like all about them. But this is about business and what's facing reality of what it is like. And having to cut that payroll, having to do those things. I like your suit too. That's nice.
I appreciate that.
So where'd you get the jacket from?
I want to say, because I don't remember, it's been a while. I'm going to say, let's just say Macy's. Let's go with that one. I'm going to go with that one.
We're not going to go with a lie.
I'm not sure. I think
we're going to just go with he don't know.
I don't know, for sure.
But the thing about it, so you look sharp, you sharp, and you have
Thank
to.
you.
But see me, I don't like to dress up for work.
Well, you don't have to. You're the owner. Once again, another benefit of being the entrepreneur. You have some freedom in the dress code, right?
No, because I'll be wanting to wear me some little shorts, shorts, but then I can't.
That may be too much for all the clients, you know.
I'm joking.
Okay,
joking.
all right.
I got chicken legs, so no, I'm not wearing
You
no
haven't been in the
short
gym?
Huh?
You haven't been in the gym?
Can't you tell this all this stomach I got here? That look,
I can't see
you
the-
just
the-
put me,
the
you just
desk
put
is
me on
hiding
blast. That ain't hiding. You saw me walk my bad build self up in here. That desk ain't hiding that. You saw I got a wide back.
Hey, you
Look how bad I'm bad built. You know, doggone well.
you gotta take care of yourself, and that is a big challenge as an entrepreneur, right?
You don't have the time.
I know.
And it
You gotta
felt
make
good,
time.
Like today when I took off, and I'm gonna go back to it, guys. Yes, because I did take this morning off. When I took this morning off, I was like,
What did you do that you enjoyed the most?
I was just free. I was free. I was just free. I didn't have a worry, a care in the world. I was just like enjoying it. I was like, I can do this. I can take off and not have to travel somewhere. I can just take off and have me some free time and just hang out. And I'm gonna schedule my vacation.
You need
to be at home.
I've tried to, that's one thing that I've tried to do better about and say, okay, maybe once a quarter, because, you know, you can do all this. And I always say you have to have a why you're doing it. But you have to make sure, like I said, at the end of the day, that you take care of yourself and that you can continue to do it. And I think that's the biggest thing because there's so much.
But the thing about it is, like, I don't know if I can continue to do it, but I will take some time for myself because it felt good. It was like, okay. But then I'll say this. At some point when I get home, after I do everything I need to do, I'm going to have to come to work because then I'm going to be bored. Because I don't have kids. I don't have, like, anything to rush home to. So I'll be bored. So that's why I come to work so much. But that's why I went to school a lot, because I was bored. And if I get bored, it's like, let me go. But like we both said, and you said earlier, that your mind be racing and your mind keep moving. So you're going to be like you're wasting time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in business, we eat what we kill.
That's true. You got to hunt.
And I don't like to hunt. Because if not, oh, gosh, that was bad on air. But, hey, it is what it is. Excuse me. Hunting requires a lot.
Does require energy.
And strength.
And strength. And that's the thing, too. Like, with entrepreneurship, you have to have that resilience. You have to have that perseverance because there's days where it's like, everything is hidden. And then there's days when it's like, everything's not hidden. And you have to be able to sustain those. I guess those kind of like peaks and valleys. You have to be able to
Peaks and
ride
valleys
it
and
out.
highs and lows.
You got to be able to be
Ain't
able to
no
ride that out.
valley high enough.
Or valley low enough.
At all.
There you go.
But, you know, I used to could sing.
What happened?
It just never came back after that one day. Because, see, when I came out, the doctor smacked me and I screamed and I just was like, whoop, 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 whoop. And after that, it was over with. It was a wrap. I couldn't get it back like that. It's just only I sound good in the shower. Like, I'd be like singing. All my friends, when I be out with my friends, I be singing my favorite song and my favorite parts come on. Side note, the same about business. My friends be like, you sound horrible.
But you love it.
No, I don't. I be embarrassed.
Really?
They tell me I can't sing, and I be thinking I can sing.
But you can't go with everybody's opinion as long as you enjoy it, right?
You know what? Guess what? If any of my friends watching this, I hope y'all are, and y'all should because y'all are my friends. Guess what? I'm going to like my singing, and I'm going to sing louder the next time.
It's just like dancing. You just got to do it.
Oh, no, I could dance.
Okay.
I used to. Well, I don't know, but I used to could dance, but I can't dance anymore because look at me. I'm 50.
You know, I see a lot of people that are older than 50 dancing.
But those people have been continuously dancing throughout their lifetime.
Okay. Well, we got to put that on the to-do list. You got to do more dancing, more singing.
No, what we're going to do, I'm put on the to-do list, we're going to get some customers that don't have insurance, and we're going to get them over to you.
Let's do that.
And we're going to get them to sign up and let them know that you're going to take care of them.
That's right.
Now, how can they contact your insurance place?
You can contact me. The website is www.georgiainsurance. That's all spelled out. .biz, B-I-Z. So that's the easy way for the website. Or you can find me on, like I said, any of the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or you can call me at 678-804-9982.
Come on through with your number by heart.
Got to know it.
Okay, do you have business cards?
I definitely have business cards.
I don't have none.
Why not?
Because everybody has a cell phone.
That's true, but there's some people that, you know, still like to have that card.
I don't like carrying them.
Well, just carry a few just in case for the person and that person can take a picture of your card.
Yeah, I got to start doing better with business cards. I was telling my team that yesterday we need some business cards, but we're going through some rebranding, so I'm going to try to wait on that. I'm going to Okay, man.
You're working them long hours, I see.
Baby, I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning.
Okay. Whew.
And I've been sitting at my desk, but it's like my phone started ringing and start working. So, yes, but I don't like business cards.
Like I said,
people throw them away.
I mean, there are people that keep them. There are people that throw them away, but you can just tell them to take a picture. You want to have something just in case, because sometimes what happens, and you know this happens, my battery's running out of juice.
Give me your number and let me remember it.
That's not going to happen. And here's the thing. Your business card can also be a part of marketing.
It is, because it can list my services that I'm hiring. Providing.
I'm going to give you a card just so you have one. And when you get the card.
Shalel, why are you looking like that? You don't look at Shalel looking because he's looking at me like that. Oh, these are nice.
See? So that's
you?
Also, of course it's me. There's no stand-ins, no fill-ins. Now that's after, that's a good shot. So, but here's the thing. So that's another part of you. That's a part of branding. So even if someone doesn't keep it, if they get it, you say, oh, you know what? Okay. Now maybe I may call just Jake, because I like it. Just Jake because I like this card.
Jake from State Farm?
Yeah.
He might just call Jake from State Farm. What do you have on, Jake?
It's a further extension of you. It's a further extension of you.
But what do Jake, what do you have on? Khaki pants? And so I think State Farm does a good job at marketing and stuff like that. And I think you picked a great team to be a part of.
Thank you. But here's the thing. There's 1,000, just like Starbucks and McDonald's. So I always say with any business, how do you separate yourself and what's unique about you? And so one of the things that I try to make sure, and because, it's important, marketing, branding. So if you go online, you check me out, you'll see we definitely incorporate like Kermit the Frog. That's a big part of the branding. Something unique is something that you remember. So that's important too.
Okay, I like that. So he's giving y'all some marketing branding tips.
You got to be different.
You differentiate yourself from other businesses. So, Kermit, it has been a pleasure meeting with you today on the show, and thank you for coming by. Is there any tips, anything you want to give the folks before you chime on out of here?
I would say some of the things we already mentioned, like I said, is find somebody. If there's something you're thinking about that you really want to do, find somebody that's doing it. Shadow them. Take some time. Ask them. A lot of people are open to assisting and helping you. I would also say never stop learning because even though you may know a lot, there's always ways you can get better. And I'm just that type of person. I always want to improve. I want to be better. I want to provide a better service. I want to be better for others. And then the tough thing is, as you are going through that journey, remember that it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So keep plugging at it. Stay focused. And like I said, just keep that in mind.
Okay. So one more thing I want to ask you before you chime on out of here. I saw your beautiful girls up front.
Thank you.
So no, you're married, Prasita, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how was it with your wife, with you starting your business and being married with the family and giving you the support because you have kids? And you have 3 beautiful little girls.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to say that I contributed somewhat to that, but, just a little bit.
They adopted. They didn't get it.
But I would say that is a big difference maker for those that have a significant other. You got to have that support because when you get into this, they have to understand that that's what you do, and that's the person that you're going to be with. You can't expect them to not stop. And when you're putting in hours, they have to support that. Everybody has to jump on board, tag team, and say, hey, maybe I have to do extra hours here while you're doing extra hours here. But you have to have that understanding because the support that you have or don't have can make a big difference in how successful you are.
But the thing is, you're saying if you have a significant other, but you guys started, and how did the conversation go? Like, hey, I want to open my own insurance firm, and to look like, oh, are we okay? You can do it. I don't want to get in your personal business.
Right.
But just how was that support with that? Was it easy? Was it strenuous?
That was strenuous. For me, it was a little bit different because when I started, I was a primary breadwinner. So for me, this was a big risk. And I said, hey, pretty much, I've always had it. I've always got it. Trust me, and put your faith in that, Now, on her side, she probably was like, anytime you change something up or there's possibly not security or something different, that's going to be hard to take. But I was like, hey, have I shown that, and this is what it's going to be. And in the back of my mind, I'm also planning and putting things in place so that I also have kind of like a backup there as well. But that was strenuous because it takes faith, it takes trust, and sometimes it's just hard to go through that process. And I will say, whether it's significant other or not, sometimes once you make up in your mind a decision, you have to go with it. And you may get support, you may not, but you have to be ready for those consequences too.
Okay. Well, I like that. And thank you. And you have been amazing. 25%, click like, click share. And Mr. Kermit Walker, and it's Kermit_Walker on Instagram. Hit follow, guys. Give him a little follow. Give him a little shout out. But also, I don't know why. This guy's giving some good information. The last thing. Okay. What you think about Mr. Musk? Elon Musk? Elon Musk acquiring Twitter.
I thought that was a boss move.
Check, chess.
Yeah. And, I think sometimes people make immediate moves and the reason, but sometimes you have to play chess and you have to say, what's the move? Not just the first move, what's the move behind that? So I'm curious to see how everything goes with that, but he makes a lot of great moves. So I feel a good thing about his move with this.
$44 billion. I wake up in the morning, I want to buy Twitter. $44 billion.
That's a lot of money.
It is. And Shalell's tired over there. Martell's tired over there. He's yawning. So we got to get out of here.
Hey, well, I appreciate
you as well. He's going to strangle me when we get off here, but hey, it is. That's what we got to give you. And he's working long hours. He worked at his practice. Martell is my PR guy, my publicist. So he worked at his practice, and he's here today, this evening, recording with us. So that's going to show we all here as a team, long hours. And that's what we do as a team and a family. And I built my team, and I'm proud of my team. Because look at me now. And God's blessings and grace, and I'm here. And thank you, Mr. Kermit Walker.
It
has been a fun and pleasure. And you've enlightened me on some things as well.
Hey, thank you.
Bye.